Hi guys, welcome to Opportunity Nanny. To our returning subscribers, thank you guys for sticking around. If you have not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. A lot of us watching are not subscribed. Please, it encourages me to do more videos. So hit that subscribe button and like this video. Today we are going to be looking at scholarship at Sciences Po. Now this is a university in France and it's a very top university, and there are a lot of funding that are being offered. So I'm just going to quickly take you through them and how to apply for them, and also how to apply for one of their programs. So this is the scholarship and financial aid website. So we are going to be looking for scholarship and financial aid for non-European students. So once you click on this link, it's going to take you to this page. Now in this page, we are going to be seeing the overview of the scholarship. So you can see that we have the Emily Bontme Scholarship, the France Excellence Scholarship, Mastercard Foundation Scholarship, and the doctoral program. Now these are other scholarships you can check out, but I'm just going to be walking you through these 3 or 4 depending on how quickly I can go through them. So the first one is the Emily Bontme Scholarship. Now once you click on that link, this is the web page for this scholarship. Now this scholarship was named after the founder of the university in order to welcome the best international students from outside the European Union. Now this scholarship, the eligibility criteria: you must be a first-time applicant from a non-European Union state whose household does not file taxes within the European Union, and you have to be admitted for either an undergraduate or a master's program. So for either bachelor's degree or master's, you can apply. All you have to do is that make sure you are not a European citizen, or you are not from a European Union state. Now students who are not eligible to apply are people from Swiss and Norwegian applicants. Them, they are entitled to their own different scholarship. If you have a dual citizenship, with one of them being an EU citizenship, you cannot apply. If you are from Quebec or you have a master's degree, they have their own scholarship for you. Then that's if you have a master's degree from Quebec, they have their own scholarship for you. Candidates for the joint masters in journalism and international affairs and for the masters in journalism are not eligible to apply, and master's level dual degree candidates are not eligible to apply unless you are applying for one of the following programs. So there's a master's level dual degree candidate where you can do 2 degrees together. They say you cannot apply for this scholarship except you are applying for the dual degree in with the concentration Europe, Asian in global affairs, and that's only applicable to Chinese nationalities, and the dual degree Sciences Po or Peking University. Also, PhD programs students are not eligible to apply. Candidates for the 1-year master's programs are not eligible to apply. Bachelor's dual degree are not eligible to apply. Exchange students are not, and candidates applying via the French graduate admission procedure are not eligible to apply. Now this scholarship cannot be combined with other scholarship apart from exceptional cases which will be decided by the jury. Now the scholarship is awarded based on merit and according to the type of profile that is sought for this. Now for bachelor's degree, you are going to be getting a tuition grant of €14,720 per year for the 3 years of your undergraduate degree. You may also get there are 3 options. So you can also get a tuition grant of just €9,500 per year, or a tuition grant of €6,500 per year. If you do not validate your academic year, your scholarship will be lost. If you have been granted a scholarship and decide to defer your admission, your scholarship will be lost. Now during the year abroad, that's the 3rd year of your undergraduate program, the scholarship recipients will retain their tuition fee grants. Now this scholarship is automatically renewed if the student chooses to continue their graduate studies at Sciences Po. So that's for the bachelor's degree. This is what they offer for that. Then for the master's degree, they offer a tuition grant of €13,100 per year for each year of your master's degree, and this covers part of your tuition fee for the 2 years of the master's degree program. Now these are the criteria for how to keep your scholarship and all that, but let's quickly go. Remember, we have more scholarships to do. Now for the application for undergraduate students or for undergraduate applicants, once you are an applicant for a foreign secondary school and you're applying for the Bontme scholarship, in the financial information section of your Sciences Po application, they will ask you to indicate that you are applying for this scholarship. So please do that. You may also be asked to provide proof of income and document that explains your family situation. For example, your income tax returns for both parents, pay slip, divorce certificate, unemployment benefits, documents, child support or retirement pension or death certificate. You might be asked. It's not a must, but you might be asked. So that's for applicants from foreign secondary schools for undergraduates. Now for master's level, all you have to do is that when you're applying for your course of program or your choice of study, whatever, when you're applying for your course that you're interested in, they will ask you to indicate that you want to apply for this scholarship in the financial information section of your application. So once you indicate that, you can continue from there, and they may also be asking you to provide proof of all of this. So please keep that in mind. I said if you have already been refused the Emily Bontman scholarship, it is not possible for you to apply again. They will only take into account complete files. No application request to be accepted if received after the deadline, and you will find information on the procedures using the following link. So you can check that out to see more information on that. But we have other scholarship to get to. Now the deadline for undergraduate program is 4th March 2025, and for masters it is 1st December 2024. So if you're a master's student, please make sure you start your application. Do you understand? So let's now move to the next scholarship, which is the France Excellent IFU Scholarship. This IFU scholarship, the deadline is October 20th, 2024, 11:59 p.m. Paris time. Now, this scholarship Sciences Po may only submit to the French Ministry for Europe. I'll get into that, but how the scholarship does is that because it's being funded by the French Ministry for Europe and Foreign Affairs, just a limited number of students are admitted for this scholarship. And how you do is when you apply for Sciences Po, you indicate that you want this scholarship, and if the school look at your application, then they can submit your application to the ministry to be recommended for this scholarship. To be eligible for this program, you must be under 25 years of age. So you cannot, if you are born after March 31st, 1999, you are not eligible for this program. Also, applicants for our 2-year master's program who hold a nationality other than French are eligible. Now, if you have a dual nationality and one of your nationalities from a French country, you cannot apply for this. You can also not apply for this scholarship if you are already registered student at this university, if you have already received a grant or scholarship from the French government, if you have previously applied for this scholarship and have been unsuccessful. Even if you change your field of study, you are not allowed to apply for this scholarship. Candidates for a 1-year master's programs are not allowed to apply. Candidates admitted to Sciences Po dual degree program, and students admitted to the Masters in Journalism and to the Joint Masters in Journalism and International Affairs are not eligible. Now, what does this scholarship covers? It doesn't cover tuition fee. Now, if you get this scholarship, you will have to pay for your tuition fee yourself, but it gives you a monthly grant of 1,181 euros per month, with additional benefits such as you get international transport assistance, national transport assistance, they pay for your insurance, they also help you with housing search assistance, other cultural activity. So the only thing they don't cover is tuition fee, but they give you stipends and they provide other assistance that being mentioned here. Now, this scholarship is going to be covered for the length of time you need to complete your degree. Now, for application, students cannot apply directly for this scholarship. Applications must be made through a higher education institution. This IFU scholarship is not for only Sciences Po. So there are other French institution that are also offering this scholarship. So they say your applications must be made through a higher education institution, and if you are applying for 2 higher education institutions, you can only submit a single application. So if you wish to be considered for the IFU scholarship by Sciences Po, you must also indicate that in the financial information section of your application, and you must provide required documents. So that's that. So as when you're applying, when they ask you, do you want to be considered for this, you click yes, then they'll give you a list of documents that you have to provide. And this is the list of documents you have to provide. You have to provide your CV, professional projects, 1 or 2 pages. You might be asked to explain the reason for your decision or why you want to study in France as opposed to your home country, your interest for your selected program, and how that will help you to achieve your career goals and objective. They may ask for your academic transcript for all your higher education, your ID or passport, and your language test. That's if it is necessary. As I said, that the deadline is 20th October 2024 and the results will be out by April 2025. So if you're interested, please do well to check that out. So our next scholarship is a MasterCard Foundation scholarship. Now you know that these scholarships are for Africans and is to provide access to quality and inclusive education for young people from Africa. Please, you can read this out. I do not want to waste time, but let's check out the master scholarship application, how to apply for a master scholarship in MasterCard Foundation. So once you click on this link, it's going to take us to this page. Now, to become a MasterCard Foundation scholar for this program, the deadline for this is 1st December 2024. And the good thing about this scholarship is that when you're applying for this scholarship, you are eligible for application fee waiver in this university. Now, this is the eligibility for this program. Now, you must hold a citizenship in a country within sub-Saharan Africa. Candidates who hold a second degree from an EEA country are not eligible. You must have completed or currently enrolled in a bachelor's program at one of the Science Po institutions for reference. I'm going to be showing you the list. You must have completed or currently enrolled in a training foundation or mentoring program offered by a bridging organization partnering with the MasterCard Foundation. Now, be in genuine need of funding for your higher education. Show a commitment to achieving change in Africa, particularly in the areas of public policy and major political, environmental, and societal transition. Be under the age of 35 when you begin your master's program. You should not already have or be completing a master's degree, and you must be applying for a 2-year master's program at one of Science Post 7 graduate schools. The applicants for a 1-year master's, dual degree, or joint master's program are not eligible for this scholarship. So let's check out the list of institutions. Let's check this one out first. So let's click on this. Once you click on this, now this is the institution for reference. So only students that are enrolled or have graduated from one of these following universities or bridging program can apply for MasterCard Foundation scholarship at Science Po. Now you can see we have Benin Republic, Burkina Faso. So what you want to do is that I'm a Nigerian, so if I'm looking for universities in Nigeria that are eligible, maybe if I've graduated from this university I can apply. Just Command F, click Nigeria, and you can see the universities that are eligible. We have Osun State University, Covenant University, University of Ibadan. You can just check out the universities that are eligible. So if you're from one of these universities, you graduated from one of these universities, you can apply. For Ghana, just click on Ghana. You can see some of the universities that are eligible: University of Ghana, University of Cape Coast, and all that. So if you have graduated from one of these universities, then you are eligible to apply for this. Now, from September 2024, applications for Science Po Master's Program and for the MasterCard Foundation Scholar Program will be handled through a single procedure and platform. Now, you need to apply for your chosen Master's Program and the MasterCard Foundation Scholars Program via the International Graduate Admission Procedure. So please make sure you read on the application process for this, the scholarship allocation. Okay, this scholarship, you guys, sorry, I forgot to tell you what this MasterCard Foundation scholarship covers. So let's go back. Now, this MasterCard Foundation Scholars Program begins from the moment the candidates apply and lasts until they secure their first job. Our goal is to remove many barriers to higher education and enable scholars to study without additional pressure. Now, the scholarship will cover your full cost of tuition and living expenses in France throughout the recipient time studying at Sciences Po. So you can read that out to see more information on it. But let's go back and look for how to apply for this. So I already told you the eligibility and all that. So let's look at the scholarship allocation. Please make sure you read all of this. You may be invited for a remote interview if you have passed the application stage. But let's look at preparing for your application. Now, we strongly advise that you prepare and assemble the supporting documents you need for application well in advance. You can click on supporting document to see more information on that, but you need a valid photo ID, a proof of income or lack thereof demonstrating your financial circumstance. This is an example of what you can give. Proof of current or past enrollment at one of science pool institution. So let's say you graduated from Osun State University. It is an institution that is eligible there, so you have to show a proof that you attended that university. Your program admission criteria, please read that out if you're interested in this scholarship. I do not want to waste time. And please note, when you are writing your motivation letters, they said misuse of artificial intelligence to answer the questions will prove a disadvantage to the application. So all of you that are using AI and the rest, they said if you misuse that to answer the question, it will be a disadvantage to your application. Now, I told you that you'll be exempted from paying the science pool application fee. Now, they said exemptions from paying the science pool application fee doesn't mean or guarantee that you'll be accepted into the Masters Card Foundation scholarship program. If you do not meet the scholarship eligibility criteria, you will not be able to apply for the program, but you may proceed with your application to sciences pool once you have paid your application fee. So this one has a different. Once you apply for the Mastercard Foundation scholarship, if you are selected, then you will not have to pay application fee when you are applying for the science pool graduate program you want to apply for. But if you are not selected, to see if you are still interested in applying, you have to pay the application fee. So do you understand? They say they also recommend applying for the Emily Bounceman scholarship. I already showed you that. If your scholarship is unsuccessful, it will be your responsibility to find other means to fund your studies as science pool. So that's that for this scholarship. So please just read out more on the scholarship and how to apply for that. So let's go to the next one. The next one, I'll just quickly go through it. We have the PhD tuition fee funding. Please, you can just check that out. They offer PhD contract of 3 years employment contract. There's doctoral research funding. There are other funding. So just check that out quickly so that we'll not waste time. For those that are interested in PhD, I believe that you can do that yourself. Now let's look at our international graduate admission. Now there are a number of steps to apply for this program, and these are the steps here, the deadline and stuff. So let's just check them out. So international graduate admission is a two-step selection program. We have the admissibility stage. This is where you'll be declared either admissible or not admissible. If you are declared admissible, your application will be handed over to the admission panel, and the second stage is the admission stage. At the end of this stage, you'll be declared either admitted or not. Now they gave us more details about the admissible stage and the admission stage, but please check that out and read that properly. I don't want this video to be very long. Now the deadline for admission, you have to submit a complete application form by the deadline of the program you are applying for. So each program have their own deadline. So you have to submit it by 11:59 p.m. on the date that they say is the deadline for that course. If you submit it after that, then your application will not be reviewed. Now, they also said before submitting your application, make sure it is complete and your references are being included. Otherwise, your application will not be reviewed and you will not be able to apply again next year. Now, the deadline for master's program is 23rd February 2025. There's only a different deadline for Masters of Journalism School. Now, you receive your decision before 19th December 2024 if you submit before 20th October 2024. These are just telling you that if you submit by this time, you will receive your decision by this time. So it's always advisable to submit early. Then there are deadline for dual degree program and scholarship program, but I already listed that. Now they said useful tip: do not wait until the very last day to submit your application. And before you start your application, make sure you gather all the information required and also contact your referees. Take your language test if you need that and check your visa status. So let's now look for our course of study. Yes, all I had to do was just go to graduate. Once you click on graduate this thing, it will take you to course of study. So let's see the master's degree. They have 7 graduate schools. They have the School of Public Affairs, International Affairs, Law School, Urban School, School of Management and Impact, School of Journalism, School of Research. So you have to choose one of these schools here. So let me just click on master's program. So once I click on master's program, it's going to take me to this page. So you're going to be seeing the listed master's program that they offer here. So let me click on, let's say I'm interested in international governance and diplomacy. I'll click on that. Once I click on that, it's going to take me to this page. Now this is the masters in international governance and diplomacy. It's a 2 years master, so it's eligible for almost all the scholarship that you can apply for, and it is in English. Please check that it is in English, except you know French, and you have the document to prove that you want to study in French, then please go ahead. But just know that not all scholarship will fund you for that. Now this is everything about the master's program in international governance and diplomacy. You can just check that out. Check out any other course you want to study. It doesn't have to be this. As I said, this is just an example. Somebody was asking me why I did not provide master's scholarship in accounting, and I'm trying to explain that when I click on a course, it's just to give you an example of how to apply for that program. If I click on economics, you can go and check it, follow my steps. But when instead of clicking on economics, you click on accounting or click on wherever you want to click on it, because I show you an example in economics or this does not mean that that's the only course that the scholarship covers, except I specifically say it in the scholarship in the video. So that's just a heads up, because I was surprised that there was a bit of confusion on that. So just to clarify that, now you can see that for this program they have testimonials for graduates. So you can see that they have graduates in United Nations, they have graduates in French Ministry of Labor and Employment, in UNESCO, in World Bank, in OECD countries and all that. So you can see that this program is very, very good. Check out your own program too, just to see how it is. And so let's go and check out how to apply. Let's click on graduate studies, how to apply. Once you click on that, it's going to take us to this page. You have pursued your higher education degree in French. I'm assuming that none of us have done that. Now if you have gained a university degree from a foreign higher education institution, click here. So let's click on international procedure. Once you click here, you can see that the admission for 2025 intake are open. Then there are different steps of application. I already told you the steps. The deadline, I already told you the deadline. Before you apply, I already told you how to check master's and dual degree programs. So we also have to check language requirements, supporting documents. I will show you that if time permits. Now this is how to apply. What you do is that you can click on apply now, create an account. Once you click on apply now, it's going to just take you straight to this page. You just click on create an account and click on I want a master's program. Then you answer all the other questions here. But let's go back. So they said you cannot use the same application form twice, so you can only submit once in a year. If you have already applied in the past, you must create a new application form. So that's for foreign students. So make sure that when you're applying, you don't do a mistake and submit. Then you choose your program. You have to request a reference in your reference section when you're applying. Take your language test. That's if you don't meet the language requirement, take the language test. I say I'm going to be showing you that. Upload your supporting documents. I already showed you that for some you need to submit motivation letter depending on what you're asked to submit. Your motivation letter, please, they say you should make sure these are the information on how to write it. So please read it and follow it. Do you understand? Follow it and write it. Pay your application fee. You have an application fee of €150 and it is not refundable. They do not offer waivers except you are a refugee status or you are a recipient of the CRO scholarship, or if you benefit from a fee waiver, as I said, for the MasterCard Foundation scholarship. Then when you are done with all this procedure, then you can submit your application. You can also check out after submit your application how to check your application status, admission decision and all that. Now I told you we are going to see required documents for programs. Now for all programs you must upload the following documents: an ID, CV or resume, motivation letter or 2 letters if you are applying for 2 programs, official academic transcripts, official language test scores where applicable, 2 academic referees or references, your grade average. Now these are what you need to submit. Now for some courses, you may be asked to submit additional documents like a professional reference instead of an academic reference, GRE scores, GMAT, or a copy of your law degree. That just depends on your um program that you're applying for. Now they say do not overload your application with non-requested documents. So please only the document that they request. Don't go and be adding extra that they not ask you. Now for language requirements, as I showed you before, it depends on the program you're applying for. When needed, test results may be attached directly into the online application should the language proof of proficiency be missing by the deadline of the selected program. Your application will not be taken into consideration. Although for some programs, no specific English level is required for admission, you may be requested to provide a C1 English level by the end of your 2 years at Science Po in order to obtain your master's degree. Now, some applicants may be exempted from an English language test according to their situation. So let's check out language test exemption. Now, this is how you'll be exempted from an English test. Having to show any proof of English test. Now, if you have studied at least 2 consecutive years within the same degree granting program, which is taught entirely in English, then you must provide a certificate from your university stating that the English was or your only or unique language of instruction. So if you study a degree that at least 2 years back to back, 2 consecutive years were in English, you can provide proof of that. Applicants holding a high school diploma and have studied at least 2 consecutive years in English, they only accept the GCE. This for high school. That's for people that want to apply for undergraduate, then undergraduate program. Then applicants holding the international baccalaureate with English as their language of instruction. So that's exemption for this. So if you're in Nigeria and you have done a degree consecutively in an English taught university, which all university teach English, then you can apply for this. So as I already told you, when you're ready to apply, you can just follow the application portal. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Bye, guys.